Hey everybody, Surprise here with another episode of Surprise Radio. This week I have Dovecage joining me for a nice little interview. Welcome, guys.
How's it
Thanks for having us.
So, would you mind introducing yourselves for everybody?
Why would we not? Okay, I'm Kiara, vocals.
Tim, I play bass.
I'm Nick. I play guitar.
I'm Zach. I play drums.
And awesomeness.
He does play awesome.
Awesome.
All around awesome.
How long have y'all been together?
As a band, it would have been a year in August, so about a year and a handful of months. So,
But you knew each other before being a band?
yes. So the three of us, Tim, Zach, and I, were in another band, another punk band before we got this band together. We were playing with that band for 2 years. 2 years. So we had a lot of time and a lot of experience playing together and learning to play together as musicians. And then the lead singer of that band no longer wanted to play. And we wanted to keep playing as much as we could. So we found a lead singer and we got moving.
And I really like the sound too. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, he got the last singer. He got extreme anxiety. Had to go.
Oh, really? Yeah, that seemed to happen to a lot of people with COVID. Actually, a lot of people that didn't have it before got it, and the people that had it got it worse. And it's crazy times, but it looks like got a pretty cool band out of the process.
We're grateful for that.
I really liked. I can't remember the name of the song. I had it in my head. I think it's "Blush." Is that it? Off of the first EP.
Yeah, it'd be the bass driven.
Yeah, I'm a bass player, so I tend to like the bassy songs.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was a fun one to write.
Yeah, that was a fun one. The lead singer at the time when we were writing that song, we couldn't figure out. We had that riff, and we're like, "What do we do with this?" And she's like, "Here's out. What if there's just no chorus?" And we just kept playing it, and we thought she was insane. And then it's become one of our most popular songs. So it's been a fun one, and it really works.
It's the bass, man. It ain't the singer.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But it's the fact that we just keep building it. That song's so fun live too.
And it's actually changed from the recording. So what Nick's saying, like live, it definitely, there's a solo that's in there that's not on the recording now. The tone and all that has changed for the bass because Nick actually recorded the bass because I gave up. I said, screw this shit. I can't hit the timing. We're allowed to cuss, right?
Yeah.
I can't get the fucking timing right.
Yeah.
And
because
it's as you
He just needed permission. He's good to go now.
there's literally nobody there on the recording. It's just bass, and you have to hold that exact time to get it right. Even with a metronome, it's like right before Zach kicks in, and I would get like on the recording, it's like 3 minutes before that even like kicks into the damn drum.
Got him started.
So I'm like, screw this shit.
But
I gave up.
What's funny is you might pick up on this. It's a very subtle difference that if you really listen, you'll find it. Is I'm left-handed. All I have is a right-handed bass. So the way I had to pick it was upside down. And so if you really listen to the way that it's articulated, it sounds different. It sounds, if you play it right side up, it sounds articulated differently.
Yeah, I bet that's where I got a lot of when I was listening to it, I said I got a lot of Veruca Salt vibes from the music.
I wouldn't have thought that, but now I do.
And I grew up with Nirvana, who, Kurt played a right-handed guitar, left-handed. So I definitely did hear something that sounded very grungy, very old school in that. And I really liked it. Speaking of that, do you have any influences or heroes? I'm sure you do. I meant to say, who are they?
Okay, do we want to go in order?
Whoa. Yeah, you go ahead.
All right. So I'd say some of my biggest influences, my favorite band of all time would be Alice in Chains. And Jerry Cantrell is a hero of mine for sure. And I really take inspiration because I would say they really crossed the bridge between metal and grunge. And I would dare say that opened a gateway it helped push into new metal and kind of the direction that metal is now. I really love the sound of taking more than just a simple bar chord, taking some more intricate chord patterns and taking some different styles and really putting them in a percussive tone. And like the song Them Bones really does that really well. And so I take a lot of inspiration when I'm writing songs, especially like Vespertine, taking more full dynamic chords and putting them in distortion and putting them in some kind of rhythm like you would in metal. And so Alice in Chains is a big one for me. And if you also listen, I would say Polyphia is a really big one for me. I love their guitar tone. I love the way they take very minimal distortion and make it sound so full. So those would be my two.
I got like too many, man. I mean, I'm the oldest one, so like Matt Freeman, freaking NoFX. You got Fat Mike. You know, like I love all the bass players from those. Pennywise for sure. God, I don't know, man. Just I can go left field with it too. Like I love classical, like Ludovico Einaudi, the composer, is one of my favorites ever. Like I don't know. That's where I go, but whatever. I digress.
Now Kiara is probably the furthest from
I
all
know
of us.
all my like inspirations are dead because they're all from like the 1940s, and I say this like all the time, but my favorite artist of all time is Frank Sinatra, which is completely different from anything that we do. Before I met these guys, I was really into just doing like soft jazz music, and that's pretty much what I designed my voice to do. So when I met these guys, and all the songs were very intense.
Well, that ties into your degree too, right?
Yeah, musical theater as well, my favorite. I love me some musicals and Broadway, but so yeah, when I tried to, I guess I've just kind of redesigned my voice, and it's been a lot of fun playing around with I guess figuring out what my voice can do, because I didn't realize that I could change it so much. Still trying to keep it to, as I've always been, but it's nice to play around with.
And to add on to that, we have a new wave of music that'll be coming out very soon. And part of the challenge of a new singer and writing new music was figuring out how to work with that tone. It's very unique. You don't have a lot of opera, like jazz or musical theater. You don't have a lot of like that kind of voicing style in punk.
Or low singing.
Yeah, so it was really fun to take that musical theater side, and I'm so excited for the world to hear the new songs coming out because they tell stories. They tell they're much more storytelling songs, and we really have capitalized on a very different voice style.
It's so funny to me to hear that now, though. Like, again, being how old are you, man?
43.
All right, I'm 38. So for them to be saying some stuff about like punk and things like that, like I grew up with my parents listening to Clash and all that stuff, and then transgressed into the 90s and 2000s, and now it's always ever evolving. So we get classified or lumped into like punk, pop punk, whatever, alternative. I don't even think you can write and call something punk now with it being classified just as punk,
No.
Unless it's copying other previous stuff, right? So everything that we're doing is just evolution. It's like it's coming out as something different, but with roots of other.
Yeah, I tried creating specific playlists for the because I've featured like 400 different artists on my show, and for my Spotify playlists, I try to categorize it, female fronted, black excellence, hip hop, punk, and then when you got to punk and you got to metal, you're like, well, is this metal or is this punk or is this
That's
heavy enough to be metal?
It's just all evolved, and it's
It
so fun.
has.
Well, that kind of goes into our background. Before I met these guys, I played in only metal bands, and
Mhm.
you played pretty much only punk bands.
I mean, I played a couple of rock bands, but from Florida, it's so funny because they're one of the guys I used to play with is signed on Blind Anxiety Entertainment right now, which is he plays with the Dev. His name's Ryan Christopher, cool ass dude. But we played like heavy rock back then, and it was fun back in Florida. But
And we do church bands.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I grew up playing drums in church. That was pretty much my background up until the last 3 or 4 years. Never really listened to punk music. Never was a fan of it, really.
And then yet you play it.
And yet I played it. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to play drums. I didn't care in what form. Like 4 or 5 years ago, played with a country band when at the time I hated country music. I literally just want to play something. I don't really care what it is, but being in this band, it kind of opened my eyes to this genre. And I've come to appreciate it a little bit more. I don't have a lot of like punk style, rock style bands that I look up to. I would say as a drummer though, Benny Greb is one of my all-time favorites. Phenomenal musician. But yeah.
And so I know that you guys are just starting out, but surely you have pretty high aspirations. What would you say to anybody that you might be impacting, or giving advice to somebody that's looking up to you, that's wanting to come up and do what you're doing?
I mean, we've already run into a lot. In Charlotte, I would say we've got to grow at a pretty rapid pace, which has been just a treat, because the truth is we don't have expectations as a band. We just love to play our music. We love to write it, and we just love to do what we do. And so
Absolutely, I think with that, like, damn off the table, without that
Yeah.
damn threat of trying to make it or be big or something like that, it's allowed us to not have that behind us and just go forward.
And in doing so, so many people will come up to us at shows, or we've gotten people reach out from all across the country and the world talking about the music we've put out, and it means something to them. And so I think that's the entire reason we do it is, now we've met people, we've played with people from the UK now, and they come talk to us about our songs. So they have questions about them. And it's, I say music's a language, because it really is. It's a universal language. Everybody could listen to a song and it means something. You don't even have to speak whatever English or whatever. You can listen to a song, you can hear the notes, and it means something to you. And I would say to anybody wanting to do what we do in music, which I would say is, take a band as far as we can continue to do it. I'd say do it because you love it, and write music that means something to you. I would just keep grinding it out. If you have a voice, if you have an emotion, you have a thought, put it down in some kind of form, right? Put it down in some notes, and people are going to listen. You'll find people that feel the same, and you guys can play together.
And don't try to blend in either. That's
No.
probably like the biggest thing. Like,
Absolutely.
especially with anybody starting out wanting to be in music, most people would want to go towards whatever's popular or adapt to whatever they think is the most trending thing. But you have to, I feel like for us, every single one of our songs is so different in its own way. So we don't try to be a pop punk band. We don't try to be a rock band. We just, whatever we think works and whatever we're having fun with is what we're going to do. And that's the best part, because we're not stressing ourselves out trying to be a specific type of band. We're just enjoying music and playing together.
And to follow in that, I would say what's cool is, for us, it's more than just the music. When we got on, when we're specifically talking about live playing, it's a show. It's almost like theater. Like, I mean, she comes from a musical theater background, so it's perfect. When you get into a venue, when you're in the venue, you're talking to people. You get on stage. When you get off stage, you're almost playing the role of a rock star, even if you literally are being a rock star. You're playing that role. And so I think for us, when we write these songs, we try to come up with a set list to play them in. We just want to be able to tell a story, convey this movie almost of what these songs mean to us and what Dovecage is about. So I think we just really enjoy doing that.
And we love each other.
And that does help seg into the next question I wanted to ask, which was, do you have a favorite song to sing or play live, or is it more of the collective of it that is the most enjoyable part?
Individually, we all have our own favorites, I think. And you know what's funny is they all change, because I get so sick of some of the ones. Like, I hate Smile right now. I hate our song Smile for some reason. Like, I get so tired of playing it, but everyone likes it. I don't know. I think the next one's the better one. The next one that we're doing, this and that. We're already we're not even thinking about this EP that comes out in February. We're already on to the next one.
I've already written 3 songs for whenever we want to go record them. But I don't know, as far as favorites, I definitely have favorite songs, because I would say, like, for me, one of my favorites is Vespertine, just because I've had that riff idea for so many years and never been able to make it come to fruition, and so many people love it. So I would say enjoy it for that reason. But I think you raise a valid point when it comes to the show as a whole. There's something to be said about coming from the emotion of Vespertine, getting all the way through to the middle of the set, naming any of the new ones coming out,
Looking at
to
our
like
set right now.
Never Gone or Smile, where you're full blown rocking, and then kind of bring it back into Blush. Like, I'd say Vespertine and Blush are both kind of those nice caps to our set, which is what we typically do. I love watching him, more than watching, vibing with the crowd, just going through the whole set of emotions. So
I think Honestly is my favorite, because it's the only one that we don't have recorded, so you can only hear it live. And whenever we mention that, people really listen to it, and they kind of have fun with it, because I guess new to some people. You know, if you come to every one of our shows, you know it. But for the most part, it's a lot of fun to play. It's a good one.
I have to go with Never Gone. It doesn't get any love from anybody because they're like, oh, whatever, just sounds like a rock
I like
song.
the
But
bass.
They're number 1 on Spotify right now.
well,
There you
okay,
go.
then foot and mouth, right? But
Get off the
until
bandwagon,
people
Tim.
figure out or hear what it's actually about, they don't really listen to it. And then once you go back and you listen to the words, like I get emotional about it because I wrote it when I was 15 and didn't complete it until I met Nick and Zach. And it was in my, and I don't think I meant to complete it until I was completed with other people, because it was written about my buddy who committed suicide in high school for being gay. He was ridiculed every damn day. And, you know, he couldn't take it anymore. So he hung himself. And it was, if you go back and you listen to the words, like I'm obviously the tattooed guy in the group. You'll hear everything that's in there that's for it. So
What's your favorite?
My favorite, it used to be Vespertine on the last EP, but the next one coming out I'm really excited for, Covenant.
Covenant
it
is gonna
was-
be awesome.
You
was-
kill them.
yeah, I like False better than Covenant, man.
No,
I
we-
like
no, get
False
out of town.
too.
We have some new songs coming out here in February. We have a single coming out January 7th. We have a music video for that single coming out January 10th. And we have
Slow down, Michigan.
all 3 of them coming out February 14th as an EP.
There we go.
You're
Nobody was gonna catch that.
like a
You're a damn freaking
Auctioneer.
auctioneer, man.
Not only that, but he like killed the other half of my script. So now we're just done. No,
Wow.
Good
Wow.
job, pal.
Go wait, ask us. We'll answer it again.
Yeah.
A little slower this time.
Is that like a
yeah,
speed
there you
bump?
go. That's a good point. We might need to cover it again.
Yes, definitely.
So the new song is "Bang My Life." Is this your first music video that you recorded?
It's
Yes.
So what was that experience like?
tiring.
Awesome.
Tiring. Fun, but tiring.
Wow.
Holy
We
shit.
started the day at 8 a.m. and we all met at Harris Teeter parking lot, and then we ended at about 9 p.m. So we were driving from here to there to that way, stop for lunch. Okay, let's go here and there and then have pizza, and then we're going here and there. So it was
Terrible Chinese food.
really long. It was Harris Teeter.
Harris Teeter.
It was really long, long day, but it was a lot of fun. Getting to, you know, just kind of mess around, and the whole video is really just all of us fucking around with each other and having fun. So it wasn't necessarily something that was like super stressful. But it was a very long day.
It
Did you
was
get
more.
to? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you get to stretch your theater chops a little bit?
Yeah, I did. It was so fun. Yeah, I'm sorry, I got way too excited. Let me calm down a minute. So the music video tells a story. So it's very easy to follow, but I definitely got to use my theater degree for once and you know, have a little acting debut. It's not very good acting wise. The music
It's
video
better
is
than
great.
Skinny.
Yeah. All right, we had a couple actors. My sister makes an appearance, which is really cool.
Sorry, Skinny.
And then
Yeah.
a guy,
friend of
another
mine
guy.
got to play the.
He knows it.
Yeah, he got to play. He did his job.
He did ask. He was like, "I don't have any acting experience. Do you?" And I was like, "I have a degree in acting." And he was like, "Okay, great."
And your sister, what's her name?
My sister. Sorry. My sister's name is Monica. She is also in it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave.
So yeah, it's a great
Inside
video.
joke, man.
It's a lot of fun. Great video.
Yes, I'm super excited for it to come out, and I want to give a shout out to the cinematographers for us,
Yes.
Pangea Creative Group. This was a hard thing, is we really wanted to do our music videos dead to the lyrics of the song. We wanted to tell a story, and for somebody to be able to help us come up with a script that really follows it to stay true to it, that was the key ticket. It was we as a band kind of know how we feel. We kind of know how our stage performance is. So it was just really just finding somebody who can capture that. And I think they did a great job. I love watching the video.
And what day does it come out?
Okay,
Nick?
the music video comes out January 10th.
Next Tuesday.
Good one.
What's January 10th?
Honestly, though,
Don't worry about
we
it.
get so tired of
Perfect.
seeing just the bands playing in a music video, and that's all you see, them rocking out, and a different shot of the singer close up, and then medium close ups, and all that crap of just rocking out in one location. We're like, no, let's have fun with it. Let's make it funny. Let's play into the lyrics and just roll with it. And it's totally different from everything I've seen in our area. So it's fun.
What I do on my show featuring music videos. So because I do that, I did a video of the year last year because I wanted to shout out the people that actually put forth that kind of effort. There was a band called Moonhaze that the guitar player and the singer were fighting over the stage in the video, and he starts glaring at her when she gets back up there, and it made me laugh. And I remember liking the video simply because the video was clever and it made me laugh. Whereas you see all these bands that they're playing out in the field somewhere, and my first thought is always that poor drummer had to tote all that shit out there just to pretend to play and then have to load it all back up, you know? So
Zach gets
yeah,
his spotlight though.
Oh, he does.
That was the
he
worst
gets
part of the
he
day
gets quite
of
a bit
our
of spotlight on
good,
Is one sexy man, so he deserves some spotlight.
good. I love seeing all the band members get some
Yeah.
love.
On Zach's
He definitely does.
birthday.
Yeah. It comes out on my birthday.
Yep.
Next
Which is
Tuesday.
so fun. We're so excited.
Kind of by happenstance, but we'll take it.
It's worth it.
We'll take
Well,
it.
happy early birthday.
I appreciate it.
Is there a cover that you would like to do?
Okay, so at this next show, I'll be wearing a shirt that says "Murder Cover Bands" because I'm so over the cover bands and the tribute bands and crap. They're taking over our Charlotte area, and it's really killing the scene. So as far as doing covers, we do one every now and then just to keep people engaged. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of multi covers and all that. Like, I'm the biggest advocate against it, and I'm trying to promote and lead the way against that because everything in this area is gearing towards tribute and cover bands, and it's just dumb. I can't. It's killing the passion, and it's killing the art, killing the vibe about it, and making Charlotte very pale and urban. And I'm so against it.
And I would say, when we do covers, as opposed to our band being formed around covers, we try to pick covers that fit into our band.
Right.
So we sound a lot like Paramore. So
Or
we'll
towards
throw
the
it.
crowd.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
boom, right. Very apropos in this way that we'll pick like a Paramore cover because it sounds like us and the crowd loves Paramore. We've done Face Down by the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. Like, there's songs that still fit our genre. We can stay true to who we are. But we try to throw them in. It's not like we make a giant deal about the covers either, because the truth is we want the show to be all about the people having a good time. So
We also try to pick the ones too that it sounds like us, and people, and it might be so old that nobody even realizes it's a cover.
sometimes we will do that where it's like, is that a cover? Yeah, probably it is. Or
When
maybe
we did Pressure from Paramore for a long time. Everyone's like, "That's not your song." We're like, "No, nope."
Same with Brick by Boring Brick at our last show. Someone was like, "That was my favorite song," and I was like, "It wasn't even
What?
hard."
Like the great
Come to
stuff.
the next one.
Yeah.
It sucks to do Paramore songs because then we get lumped into that category of, "Oh, you guys are female fronted Paramore."
We
I
love
wish.
Paramore, but we,
I hate.
Well,
it.
that's a very unfortunate thing that happens is every female fronted not metal band is Paramore and every metal band is Maria Brink in this moment, or something like that.
Although I do love In This Moment.
oh, in this
Oh,
moment.
and I love all of them too, but they're their own thing, and you're your own thing, and
Yeah.
it's like I said, because people just have to put things into a box that doesn't really apply these days anymore, so it just all gets put in the same box.
Mhm. Very true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like to ask the cover question because there's lots of different people that have lots of different feelings on doing covers. One of my favorite bands from my area doesn't close shows on covers. They just everybody has a different feeling on it.
And covers for us, it's all cover or not cover. It's all about what the show is. It's all about the performance we set forth towards the audience. So at the end of the day, we're not going to give us cover special attention. We usually try to put it in the set somewhere, and if people recognize it, sometimes people do recognize it. The most famous one I think we've ever done was rest in peace Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters. The drummer died, so we did Best of You at the next show.
And Zach, holy shit, killed it.
He rocked it.
No, you killed it.
I guess we killed it. It was you and me that whole
Yeah.
time. It was yeah.
Last 15
But,
seconds of that.
that was the biggest deal we made out of a cover, and
I wish it were recorded, man.
yeah,
God, that was so
Yeah.
good.
But
We
for
should
the-
probably do that again.
it'd be fun to do.
My hands will fall off.
But
Man,
like we said,
line we're bleeding.
it's all
So
about the show.
that is a tough baseline.
And before we end up getting cut off or anything like that, I do definitely want to ask you guys. So you've promoted your EP, which is coming out February 14th. Your new
Yes.
single that comes out Saturday the 7th for the song, and then the video will come out Tuesday the 10th.
Yes.
Correct.
And you have a couple of dates that you're playing live to promote the show, correct?
You'll be
Yes.
adding more and more every day.
We
so
do.
it's kinda-
January 7th, we are playing a show. As soon as we go on stage, the song will drop at 8 p.m.
At the neighborhood
At
theater.
the neighborhood theater in Charlotte, in Noda.
all ages.
Yeah, what is the next show? The Rooster? Is that
Yep.
the next one? So
Yeah.
January
January
28th at the Rooster in Gastonia. Super excited to play that. It's a relatively new venue, right downtown Gastonia, North Carolina. So that'll be fun.
February nothing because we were thinking about recording, but don't know. Doubt that'll happen.
be working on
We've
these.
got
I'm-
2.
Technically 3 if we want it, but yep. We'll be in Raleigh in March, Greensboro the day after,
Mhm.
3rd and the 4th.
Do you have a favorite venue or tour? I don't have y'all done a tour yet?
We really
Not a
never
full
even
tour.
focused on it.
I
Yeah.
understand.
We've played around. I mean, we've done quite a lot in Charlotte, and I would say we've gone up to Salisbury. We've gone out to Asheville.
Asheville was amazing.
The Asheville was a lot of fun. So we've played, within the vicinity. We haven't done like a strict "this is our tour" kind of thing. But yeah, I would say we definitely would be doing that in the near future. And as far as favorite venues, I think we're all going to differ. I see the time limit coming up, but I would say I like
Yeah, sure.
yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
would
you
say the
got
most
10 minutes, so that's at least time for one more answer from you.
Oh, it is 10 minutes. Yeah, I would say the most historical
Well played.
Come on, come on.
historical one we've ever played was the Milestone. And although it's not
Thanks, Buck.
not always, you know, um, the place itself, I think just holding all that history that it does, Nirvana's played there, Green Day's played there, REM's played there, all these bands have played there.
Anyone?
Yes. I think crowds get very intimate in that venue, and for that reason, the history of it I really enjoy. So
The next one. I just want to play the next one.
mhm.
Yeah, I don't think I have a favorite. I'm kind of just Monstercade was really cool. That was a
Yeah,
fun one.
It's funny because the venues, as far as being cool themselves, they all look the same. They all have stickers and all that crap, and they have the neon lights and they feature you and all that. It's more about the people who are there. So I'd say like the best ones that we've had was what's that the one in Asheville, what was it named?
27 Club.
The 27 Club. The people there were so nice.
It was
They
fun.
we didn't anticipate anybody. We're like, all right, we're gonna go up there 2.5 hours, play 2 people. No, we sold the bastard out, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, we don't even know these people, but they just support their local music, and that's tying into what like I'm just going back to stop the cover shit, stop the tribute shit, support local.
Yeah, definitely support local. That we're all about that here. I guess that's pretty much it, unless you guys have anything else you want to promote, or if you have any sponsors you want to shout out or anything like that.
Do creative music management for sure to Missy.
Yep. Our manager, creative music management, Missy there. She's amazing. She's been helping us. So-
Sponsors, give us some.
Yeah. Sponsors. We're here. Whoa, dude, I will put Coca-Cola right across my chest on every show. I'll do it.
Put it on my ass.
Yeah.
I'll tattoo
Why
that
was
bitch on my
Coca-Cola
face.
the first one you went
Come
to?
on, Coca-Cola is like the sponsor, right? Like,
Red Bull, maybe.
yeah.
Starburst,
Give me some
Ghost
Yeezys.
Yeah, can I get a
Yeezys.
Monster Energy?
Lifesavers.
Lifesavers gummies really does need to sponsor us because I go through like a whole pound bag every
Sour
practice.
Patch Kids.
Every day.
Yeah,
Actually,
I
I'm gonna
have
get
an
my Sour
obsession.
Patch Kids in.
We're open to sponsors, and then shout out to for recording our new EP and doing our music video.
Jordan and Kelly
Yeah,
from
Jordan,
Killer
Kelly
Koi
from
and
Killer Koi.
Pangea Creative Group.
Mm.
We love
They're
them.
amazing.
And Sam. Sam, you're awesome too. They're just good people. You can't.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Sad.
brought up Pangea earlier, and before I came on, I was trying to figure out which band shirt I was going to put on, and I so wish I'd have put on Killer because I forgot that Pangea did that video.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah,
We-
it's one of my
love
favorites
them
I've
so much,
found.
we're sticking with them for the next stuff too.
Oh, for
so.
sure.
Definitely. They do great work, and they're great people. They're fun to work with.
Hmm Same humor as all of us too, which is
The dirty humor.
Extremely sarcastic.
Sarcastic dirty. humor.
Jordan's laugh is like the medicine for life.
So I want to thank Dovecage one more time for joining me today. This was a really good time. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did and that you learned something new about one of the up and coming and probably will be soon your favorite band.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it. Yeah, no,
Thank you.
thanks for
Yeah,
having us
definitely
on.
thanks for having
And yeah, shout out to everybody who listens and just keep rocking with us. So,
Wait for the new stuff.
Mhm.
oh yeah,
It's almost here.
Week.
right there.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Thanks.
You as well.